So it is almost to the day 1 month before the Monterey Historic races at Laguna Seca.
Yeah, a month is no time at all for Les to get working on this car.
And we're heading out to Willow Springs. Les is there, Les Kennedy, our friend. He's there with his buddy Aaron. They have the BRE Roadster you've heard so much about.
BRE1. Let's
BRE1 Roadster. Famous driver John Morton is there. So is Old Yeller, by the way. So we'll have some
good times.
Fun with that. John drove BRE2 back in the day.
I think it was, because this was Frank Moniz's car, right?
Yes.
So,
but Morton has driven everything on four wheels. Well, he's taken the car out for the first time in really 40 years. I mean, the car was changed and fell apart, and Les put it back together, but this is the first time it's been shaken out and really driven in about 40 years. I have no idea what the car is supposed to feel like. Hopefully John Morton does, and he's going to take it on some laps at Willow Springs, and then I'm going to get a little seat time in the car as well. John Morton was a former employee of Pete Brock over there at BRE. Has the oil pan on it that he welded himself.
Is that the oil pan that came off the orange Roadster?
Yes, I think we took the orange Roadster oil pan, although this car did, one of the two BRE cars came with another Morton pan on it, I do believe. But yeah, John worked at the shop and then became a driver. It's sort of, I guess, like a guy driving the van at a radio station and then doing mornings.
The thing that's like interesting too is those guys are like survivors, we're talking about kids, and kids are like cockroaches. You can't kill them. They're difficult, and they take care of their own business. These guys have survived years of horrific racing. I think it was one of the videos, I think it was Morton in the car, does a pit stop with a cigarette and then flicks it out and goes. It was like one of those type of things, and that was the era that those guys were racing. It's like hairy, and I guess if you survived it, you're good for the long run.
Yep, durable Viking stock. Sadly, left my wallet in the car.
That's you're going to be bumming off for me again?
This is going to be great.
I think we just keep...
I'm just going to have to pay Morton with a nice high five.
Yeah, well,
maybe, you know what? You guys stick with me. But pay you! I rebuilt this car just so you could live your dream of driving it one more time. Pay you?
I don't know how that works.
Les, this will put the 205s in the front. Well, why don't we try?
I tell.
Why don't we try the 225s in the front and put the
two in the rear? More tire work.
Yeah, just so we'll have 225s all the way around. How does it work when someone says, "I want you to drive my car at Monterey," and you've never seen the car?
It goes like this. You drive my car. It's for the prize money, right?
Yeah. How much prize money is it? No, it's. I'd never seen the Scarab. Well, I'd seen them, but I'd never. I drove the same guy's Scarab last year, Miles Collier's Scarab.
Yeah, we
got too pissed off because he's got
right.
more cars.
Well, that wasn't your fault, but we saw that down at Joey's place.
Yeah. Oh, you were down there.
We were down there. Yeah.
Fantastic shop. Just you never seen
Joey is a neat freak, and everything he does is beyond perfect.
Yeah, you're looking at this stuff and you go, I made these door panels and stuff, and you go, we roll them. We just make them handmade.
He's done 3 Ks, RS60s and Ks, 3 or 4 of those, and so 550s. He did the first Porsche race car ever done, and that was a complete rebody for Collier. 001, and he did 004. And now he's doing 003.
Super nice fellow, too.
Yeah.
Just really
he's
nice.
Doing 003 for Seinfeld.
Yeah. Good shop. Although if you're married to him, you'd probably go insane.
Yeah.
You'd put a cup down. Where's the coaster?
Yeah.
No, I've known him since he was a teenager, and he's had some nice girlfriends, but none of them were perfect enough.
Yeah.
See? If he were a chick, he'd have an eating disorder.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to help Les with these tires because I'm excited about getting this thing on.
That's not a Formula One pit stop going on. 3-second tire.
Well, he doubled up the spacers on the wrong side. Go get them back up.
Where was this car originally tested? Riverside or out here?
I mean, the first time it ever ran?
Yeah.
I'm not.
The streets, back streets near the
There
shop.
weren't any streets. The streets, they were all this and Riverside. My guess is it was here the first month of time. I drove the mate to this car. So this car was built before I came to work at Brock's, just weeks before probably. The first time it raced was at. We came out here and tested it, and then the first race was at Sears Point in 1969, the day that Armstrong landed on the moon, and they held up my race, or our race, that race, while they were landing. But most of our testing was done out here.
Looks like they just did a new resurface on the big track here.
The track wasn't like it is now here. I mean, it went the same way, same configuration, but none of these buildings were there. And it wasn't this wide, and it was much bumpier. These are the 14s.
The fronts are 14s now, the rears are 15s.
Oh, the rears are...
The rears are... They're smaller though, they're 225 instead of the massive 245. We're trying to get as much tire. The old photos of when you guys raced.
Would they allow you to run two different sizes?
Well, we always saw that on you guys in the photos. It always looked like you had bigger tires in the back.
We did, but we didn't have different wheels.
Oh, I know. Well, this is just for you to drive. We're probably going to change them again and put these up front. And then with some spacers in the back. Am I doing up the belts?
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
Punishment.
That's my punishment. I got to do up the belts. Get used to the feel of everything and the brakes and all.
Oh, thank God the Porsche is coming out. Thank Fred. All right, is everything on?
You should be good.
Yeah, you push the button.
Push the button on the side.
tack.
Yeah, we got to fix this. We got to make a new tack cable for it. We know that
It'll actually, you know, it'll calm down.
I thought it would.
Toward the higher RPM.
Yeah, we were seeing that just a little.
On the higher, you know, in a tall gear. But the gears I was using is 5th here. I go into 4th for turn 1, and I stay in 4th all the way to turn 3, and then I go to 3rd, all the way to the bottom of the hill. Then I go back to 4th, then 5th. I stay in 5th all the way until turn 9. I go back to 4th.
Well, we just took some hot laps with John Morton, and this car hasn't been on the track in, I'm just going to say 40 years. How'd it feel to you, John?
It felt slow, actually, because I've driven a lot of stuff after the Datsuns, but no, it kind of took me back though. It's a really neat little car, and I'm kidding, it didn't feel that slow, but it felt good.
But it needs the Mikuni carburetors on it, right?
Yeah, for the record, that would
help. That would help.
Told Les that. Yeah, I mean, for the first time, you got to give Les his due, man. This thing was in a barn in Florida somewhere, rusted out.
4 short years, turned it
around.
Right?
Just like a blink my eyes.
Yeah.
That's like one average college stay. Pow.
Yeah. You could have had a PhD by the time it rolled into the shop.
So basically, Les has had to do a little bit of work. This thing's ready to go out for Monterey, and you'll be there, of course, right? Driving 8 or 10 cars.
No, 4.
Only 4. All right.
4.
Cutting back this year.
Throw out your 4
back
cars.
From 5, yeah.
Well, you got the Tiger, Sunbeam Tiger,
the
right?
Tiger,
Porsche
Lotus 23, an Abarth Carrera, and a 910.
Porsche
910.
Yeah. So just 4 cars this year.
Yeah, you take it easy out there, and try and keep it sunny side up.
Yeah, I'm working on that. I'm gonna try to do that.
Yeah. So you're feeling good because you got in that horrible accident last year.
Yeah, but I could have raced the next day. I just thought it would look like I was trying to show off or something.
Right.
Because I had 2 more cars I was to race, and I decided to pass. Also, it would have looked bad if I'd had another accident.
Sure. You'd like to limit them to once a year.
Once a year.
All right,
yeah,
John,
once a decade.
Thanks so much for coming out here and shaking this car out. And it must be just a weird flashback for you.
Let's toss out thanks to all the guys today that helped out. Les Candidate, Classic Datsun.
Yes.
Guys, the fine folks. Mark, especially for wrangling up some tires at America's Tire Store.
Oh, yeah. They did a fine job, yeah.
The whole thing, Discount Tire, and those guys last minute us for some nice Hoosiers.
Yeah, we got them just yesterday, and we had plenty of options to play with out here on the track. So thank you, Discount Tire. And we cool, Ganz?
I think we're good. I think let's go get some fast food and hit the road.
All right.
Let's take care of the mess for a change.
Yeah.
Thanks,
you're out of here. You're flying out.
My fun. Yeah. I'm on my way to Oshkosh.
Nice. All right. Always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks, John.
It's always a pleasure.